Hello Flosstube, Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, here for my update number 207. Today is Saturday, November 6th. I have to keep looking at my notes here because I can't remember what day it is. This is a channel about cross stitch. So let's talk about little bits and pieces. I think I will start with what I've been stitching. So last week I talked about, last week I was wearing blood and shark head and everything. Fortunately, the red vampire blood makeup did wash off. But anyway, so last time I had just had a finish just before Halloween. And I had a couple days left in October to do some more stitching. And I chose to work on this Winter Gathering Dimensions kit by Kim Martin is the designer. The little birds sitting on a wire and they've got all their winter gear. So I stitched on this a little bit, just a couple of days there at the end of the month. And so I had worked on the stockings here. This orange color, I think I did that last time. But I did some stitching in green on this guy, this little middle guy here. His hat and scarf. And just the beginnings I didn't do the rest of his body. I did, looks like, some brown on his back and tail here. And then I did some more stitching here. Just half stitches to make the trees there. Hold on just a second. So anyway, I'm working on this. Like I said, these little ghostly trees are half stitches in blended thread, but. So I worked on this for till the end of October, just a couple of days last week, and then so my new project was this towel that I am doing for my nephew for his new apartment, and I had worked on this Mandalorian. Design by knottybytes. This is a PDF that my brother-in-law bought for me last December. So these are the characters from the Mandalorian. She designed those, and so I started on this on November 1st. So there's Baby Yoda, and this is the character called IG-11. And then this is will be the Mandalorian himself. This is just the beginning of this one here. And it's a little, it's a little bit easier to see. There's some back stitching around the Baby Yoda character. And I added some back stitching on his little hands here because you really couldn't see them. They just look like, sort of indistinct green blobs. They still look like indistinct green blobs because he has like 3 fingers on his hand, I think, or something. But anyway, so there he is in his little pod. And this is kind of like a robot character named IG-11. I'm not that familiar with all the Mandalorian characters. I just watched like one season of it, and so, but yeah. But I'm sort of vaguely familiar with most of the characters, just not as familiar as my other members of my family. But this is the Witchy Stitchy Needle Minder from last year. But I did do all Witchy Stitchy this year. I did all 31 days. I didn't take any skip days. I didn't do any of the little extra trick things, just the mandatory stitch day, which was the 31st. But so, yeah. So anyway, but this I started November 1st. So just in the first 6 days or so, I've completed these 2 characters, and I have this one here that I started on. And they're really pretty easy to stitch. There's just like a few stitches of this color and a few stitches of that color. So they go pretty quickly. It's just a matter of sort of, figuring it all out. And I talked about, oopsie, sorry. Let's put this so it doesn't fall. About doing the Christmas a Christmas towel using this Santa Claus design and this Rudolph design. And so what I did was I used the PC Stitch program, and I put the chart for Rudolph on PC Stitch. I just basically did the chart over again. One of the issues was that these charts that are on here, they're done like a black symbol on a colored square, like many designs are nowadays, but the color on the squares is pretty dark, and so some of the symbols are hard to see. So in a way, I'm glad I did them on PC Stitch, because I had to kind of choose different symbols because I had used whatever symbols were in the program in PC Stitch, but it made it a little easier to read, color wise, and all that. And so it just took me a long time to do it. But what I did was I put Rudolph in the program, and then PC Stitch has a cut and paste thing, basically a copy and paste. So I copied Rudolph, and I made all the rest of the 8 reindeer, and then I changed their nose color so they wouldn't have red noses, but would have just black noses. And so I did 8 more reindeer besides Rudolph, and then I did Santa Claus. And then for the sleds, Santa Claus is pulling a sled with a Christmas tree, and Rudolph has got a little sled with a Christmas gift. So what I did was I just made the sled bigger, and I put the Christmas gift and the Christmas tree on there, and had them there with Santa. So it's I adapted those 2 designs from this fingertip towels, and this is designs by Marina Anderson for Leisure Arts. So I did those to make that design for the other towel. So I don't have the thing to show you. I just have the chart, but I wanted to make a copy of it just so you can see it better and see what I did with it. But anyway, so that's so I'm going to try to do the Mandalorian towel as quickly as possible and get on to that Christmas towel, because it's a little bit will take a little bit of work, because it's just a lot of stitching to do 8 versions of the reindeer, and they're very complicated. It's again several stitches of each color or whatever. It's not like a lot of stitches for one color. But anyway, so that is what basically the stitching that I have planned right now. And I'm going to get to some, I have some other patterns that are Christmas related, and I might do this for Christmas. I don't know. But I'll get to that in a minute. But so that's all the stitching that I have right now. And I did do, I'm going to go ahead and talk about haul. This right here, this jumble pile right here, is a bunch of needle minders. they typically, the magnets in them, snap together a lot, so they're hard to control. But I went ahead and just kind of let them snap to each other, because they're hard to do. But anyway, so I have some that are these little buttons. And I actually want to do, oops, it's upside down, to do some more, but I have to get some more magnets because I basically ran out of the magnets. So this one says, creativity takes courage. And these are a little bit harder to use just because the backs are deeper, you know, and also they're magnetic. Whatever metal they're made out of is magnetic. And so it's a little harder to sort of, you know, pull that magnet off of there. And, you know, but it should stick very nicely. So there's this one says creativity takes courage. And this one says sorry, it helps if you can put it in the right place. Do small things with great love. And oops. Okay. Sorry. I don't want it to bite me. And this one says, lucky is a state of mind. And this one says, because nice matters. And so I have, I think 4 more that are similar to this, that are, you know, little sayings, little buttons, sort of, that I want to make also into needle minders. I'm just out, like I said, out of magnets. So I had to get some more of those. And then this little pile that I have, these are actually Scrabble tiles. I made these during the video that we did. We did our three sisters creative video today, sticks and strings video, and so I went ahead and worked on these needle minders. We had a woman who had written in and asked if we had something similar to this, and so my sister had bought these Scrabble tiles some time ago, and these are, I guess, like, you know, genuine wooden, like if you wanted to replace tiles, that you're missing tiles or something like that. So they're actually wooden Scrabble tiles, and I just made them into needle minders. So today I just did A, E, I, O, U, just did a couple of them. There's some A's, sorry, A's, and these are stuck together. A's and E's. There's an E. And I we also had a blank tile. So if you want a blank tile, we have a blank one. So like I said, I had just A, E, I, O, U here. And if you know, we have a lot more tiles. You know, like I said, I need more magnets. So I'm, you know, gonna make some more of those. But I was able to make like 2 of each one, except one of these has a tiny tile. I mean, a tiny magnet, because I had some, you know, little bitty magnets. Let's see if I can get this to come off here. These are smaller magnets than the, like, you know, the typical ones I have. These are smaller ones. So I have some smaller ones like this, but I like them to be a little bit bigger, just because they're easier to use. And I don't know that these are maybe they are as strong, but I just want a little more surface area. So even though I have these little tiny ones, they were just like a miscalculation of like trying to order them online and, you know, getting the wrong size. So what I want to do is order some more of this size. But so yeah, so in the meantime, I have this is A, E, I, O, U, and I have some, you know, other alphabet letters that I just have to get more magnets. So I did that today, and then I have a little bit more haul. The other day I went to Joann's because I needed threads for, I had, uh, the Mandalorian and the Christmas charts, they use DMC threads, and I have a whole bunch, right? I have like 5 boxes worth of basically all the numbers, but there were a handful that I couldn't find that were either they could be in other um, projects, and I didn't feel like rooting around in all my projects. Most of the time, if I have something that I'm not going to be working on for a while, that I feel like I'm going to set aside for a while, or if I finished something and I've got a bunch of threads, then typically I'll, eventually put them back and try to put them back in my DMC boxes. Because, like I said, I have about 5 boxes of bobbins. But I had a handful of colors that I couldn't find, and I thought, well, they're probably almost very likely that they're in some other project, and I have to go through all of things and make sure, and I just didn't feel like doing that. So I thought, well, I'll just go buy some more, whatever. So I had my list of threads that I needed, and I went to Joann's just because I had a gift card that had like $3 left on it or whatever. So I thought, well, that's enough I just need a handful of threads. It'll, I'll just, maybe use a little more or whatever, but should be enough to get most of the threads I needed. But when I got to Joann's, their DMC bins were very picked through. They had like several empty bins. I don't know if they're part of the supply chain crisis or whatever that's going on, or whatever. But so several of the bins had like one skein of this color and one skein of that color, or some of them were completely empty. So I don't know if they just hadn't gotten their delivery yet or whatever, but they didn't have them. And so I thought, oh, I don't want to deal with that. But then I remembered, because I usually don't bother looking, but they had these little box sets. And I thought, well, I wonder if some of the colors that I need are in the box set. And, there's like 36 colors in here. And this is the home decor collection. And, they're just generic colors, right? They're not like Christmas color. There's one that's Christmas color. There's one that's variegated threads, whatever. But this one is just home decor. And several of the colors that I needed were in here. So the ones that I had pulled that were in this box, I went ahead and put back, and just got a handful of other colors that I needed that were not in this box. And fortunately, I was able to get everything. So there's that. And then I also, while I was there, found this little Hildy and Job's. It's backwards. This little owl that I will probably make into a needle minder also. It's very nice looking. I really liked the look of it. And I got some DMC Gold Needles. I like these. These are I just really like them. And the needle that I'm using for the Mandalorian is, I don't know where it came from. Just, I have a handful of needles. But it's a little on the thick side, like I always get them mixed up. I think it's 28, the bigger. I don't know. But anyway, it's slightly fatter. These are 24s, and they're slightly thinner. They're not. I think they had some 26s that were even thinner. And I have some like that. So between that one and this one, I think will work better, because for the Mandalorian, the towel is very fluffy, and even the stitching part area, it's like 16 count, but it's also very very soft and very deep kind of. And so when I'm having trouble getting the needle under the threads, because it's a little on the thick side, and it's just causing me some trouble. So I want to try a little bit thinner, narrower needle. Hold on just a second. So then also when I was at Joann's, I found these little Santa Clauses. I'm not real crazy about these other beads that are here. These sort of crystal like beads here. I don't, they don't appeal to me so much, but I like the little Santa Claus faces. And the other day, I had bought at Hobby Lobby some other Christmas beads. So I think between all of these, I might find something to go with those Santa Claus beads. You know, they try to make a Christmas scissor fob or something out of those. And I'm hoping sooner rather than later, so that I don't get you know, behind on that, so that I have something that is relevant for the season. And then today, my sister and I went to the attic because there are a couple of Brenda Gervais designs that she had posted on her Instagram channel that I had, you know, that was she was saying, you know, oh, these designs are going to be released soon. I was like, you know, so I was like, oh, I really like those, and I was looking for them and couldn't find them online, couldn't, you know, and I thought, well, the attic is probably going to have them, and if not, you know, I can order them. And somebody had posted that they had you know, put these designs on order or something like that. And I did see one, like, I guess Etsy shop or something, online shop, and they were there, but they were like $19.50, and I thought that's kind of a lot. You know, typically, you know, you pay about $12 or something like that. And so, but I didn't find them anywhere else online besides that one shop. But so today I did go to the attic and I did find what I was looking for. First of all, I bought another one of these little zipper pouches. I have a few very nice needle project bags that, of course, we make for Three Sisters Creative, and on our Etsy site, we have lots and lots of them. But you know, I've bought these just because they're you know, inexpensive and convenient and quick. You know, and I don't have to you know, make my sister make them for me or something, you know, because she has enough to do as it is. These are a little bit, you know, they're a little bit smaller. You know, the bags that we make are generally bigger, like this one that my sister made for me. Like, I have that Mandalorian project in here, and it's like very fat, and I have, you know, I'm able to put the chart in here, and I have this these colors for the Mandalorian and the fingertip chart and everything else, you know, in that bag. But this is a little bit smaller, and, you know, I could put a smaller project in there. Anyway, so I bought that. And I also saw this Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is their holiday stitching edition. So there's, you know, lots of Christmas designs in there. I have not even looked through this magazine. I just went ahead and bought them. There's this. I just now. So this Christmas elf design. That's cute. This is by Rona Nori of Tangle Threads and Things. And there's a Merry Christmas to All design. There's just sort of all kinds of fun and nice designs in here. There's a nativity sampler and things like that. So yeah, and there's a Thanksgiving chart here also. Let's get that little turkey. So anyway, I went ahead and picked up this Just Cross Stitch magazine. And then what I really went there for, well, okay, before I get to that, this Fox and Rabbit design I had seen this one before, and I had kind of wanted it, but I really, really like it. It's very cute. It's part of the Meow the Merrier that designs that a lot of the designers did for the virtual, since they didn't have what do you call it? You know, golly, I can't think of the name of it. Um, the design things for that, Nashville and the things and all that. So um, so several of the designers that were designing for Marketplace, is that what it's called? Anyway, they did this Meow the Merrier uh, for all of those. So I had seen that and I wanted that to one. And then also I saw this is very cute. This was by PuntiniPuntini. So it says, "Hi, Mom." And there's a little snowman in there. And it also comes with this little snowball button and the carrot nose on the snowman button. Yeah, so let me see if I can pull this down here so you can see the design a little better. There he is. The little snowman face. Yeah. So like I said, it comes with the little buttons, that you can put on there. Very cute. And then what I had been looking for were these two charts. And these are both Brenda Gervais charts. This one here, A Cup of Christmas Cheer. And I don't know how many of you had these little Santa mugs. We had them as kids. But this one has I guess like a little pom-pom, purchased pom-pom on there attached to that. But there's Santa Claus and there's some little candy canes and things like that, yeah. Yeah, I really like that. And then this little stocking-shaped snowman design and his little birdie and little buttons on his tummy. But so it was very, very cute. So that was what I went to the attic for and got those charts. Fortunately, they had them. I'm still looking for in the Rabbit series, October, November, and December. I have all of the months through September, and I've stitched only the January ones. I haven't stitched any of the others, but I have all the charts through September, but I have not seen the October, November, and December charts. I don't know if they had not been released, but I've looked like on 123 Stitch. I've looked at the attic. I've looked, other places, and I just haven't seen them. So I don't know if I'm just I need to look around a little bit more, or they haven't been released yet, or what the deal is. But it's already November, so I would have thought they would be out like all the other. Hold on one second, please. Hold on one. Our alarm system is kind of going crazy there. Anyway, so like I said, I went to the attic to get those charts and found them there. I like I said, I can't remember what I said. I'm still looking for the October, November, December charts for ink circles, the Rabbit series, and I don't know why I haven't been able to find them yet. So if you know, let me know. I think that is probably all I have. Let me think. Let me look real quickly. Oh, I wanted to talk about one more thing. My sister-in-law, if you will, my sister-in-law, Rachel, gave me a little later Christmas gift. This little, this is a travel mug kind of thing. And there's an elephant popping through the blinds there, and boop, there's his rear end going through the backside of the blinds. So yeah, it's very cute. And it has a little, sippy lid and a straw hole there, and yeah, so it's kind of fun. And it's sort of insulated aluminum, kind of thing. So yeah. So anyway, hopefully, like I said, next week maybe I'll have more of the Mandalorian chart done, if not finished. It probably won't be finished by next Saturday, but um, it should be hopefully pretty far along. And we'll see how my other Christmas stitching goes. I haven't really thought it through, formulated a plan for anything. I'm just sort of flying by the seat of my pants this year. But that should be it. I will put a link for the Three Sisters Creative Etsy shop. That's the number 3 and the words Sisters Creative on Etsy, and our Sticks and Strings videos. We don't release those until Sunday, but after it gets released, I have typically put the link to that to those videos in the description box below, as well as the link to the Etsy shop and the link to our 411 project with the pillowcases that we're working on. We're coming along on those. We're still plugging away on those, and hopefully we'll have those done sooner rather than later. And otherwise, I think that's about it for this week. So I will see you next week, and until then, oh, well, yeah, I guess that's everything. I was going to talk about how, for Witchy Stitchy, for October, I was, stitching every day, posting every day, and I've sort of like, over the last several days, ever since that came to an end, I've sort of like taken a break from that, just because of the pressure of like, I've been stitching every day because that's what I typically do, but of like, taking a picture and posting, I have not done that. So, but I'm still, trust me, I'm still plugging away at it every day. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that it's kind of like getting out from under the pressure of having to post every day and make sure that I post it every day. But I am, like I said, I am stitching every day typically. So I will see you next week, and hopefully I'll have more progress to show you, and on the Mandalorian at the very least, and maybe some starts on this Christmas design that I just bought. We'll see. Okay, well, I will see you next week, and until then, happy stitching. Bye.